Boom shakalaka, one great Bitcoin chart, one bad Bitcoin chart, and the best news yet. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Miranda here from Crypto Love. Today's video, a lot of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, including one exceptionally good chart, one bad chart, and why the best is yet to come. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, come join us on Twitter at the Crypto Love. Push that like button. Now today, fear and greed at 50, down from yesterday's 54. You know what's sideways today? The overall market. I can't even count the number of days when I've said that, but Bitcoin at 29,371, Ethereum at 1846, BNB at 240, XRP 62 cents, Dogecoin 7 cents, Cardano 29 cents, Solana $24, and Tron 7 cents. And if you want any top coins today based on AI, they would be Compound, Qtum, Anchor Network, Augur, and Reserve Risk. And you can check out Token Metrics' free trial down in the description. Now, Bitcoin, about a week away from a breakout. It is getting a pretty tight wedge in here. We'll have to see what happens with the price over the next week. But as for right now, Bitcoin is right on track. The black line is this cycle, the 2021 plus cycle. You can see, comparing it to other cycles, with the exception of the very first cycle, every other cycle was pretty much in the same exact spot. And the time to break above the all-time high was roughly about 6 months from where we are right now, which would put us at the beginning of next year towards the time of the halving. And as of right now, Bitcoin sellers are exhausted. What happens next? Well, previous times when sellers are exhausted, generally price goes up, with the exception of back here in 2019 when things went down. Whichever way it goes, though, the next Bitcoin bull run is going to be epic, because if we take a look, there is a giant gap between the long-term holders and short-term holders, something like we have never seen before in previous cycles. I mean, if we take a look when Bitcoin did 100x in 2016, look at the gap right there. We're at least double that gap right now. Could send Bitcoin a lot higher. Just recently this week, after exactly 4 years, the color of the Gaussian channel changed from red to green. Historically, the change from red to green indicates a parabola or parabolic curve is coming for Bitcoin in the near future. Also, the Bollinger Band's width, if we take a look, generally bounces and then breaks through that resistance once before taking off. Well, we have those bounces and we have breaking through to the bottom. Could we have the takeoff conditions coming for Bitcoin? Certainly could. If we take a look at the correlations with Bitcoin and oil, every time oil breaks out of its downtrend, which it just recently did right here, when it breaks out from that downtrend, Bitcoin had 74x, 47x, and 3x the last 3 times that happened, which on average would be roughly 30x per term. Now, this time right here, well, could send Bitcoin, wow, 30x, that would be pretty awesome. The TD sequential golden 7s right now, this is basically locked in every single parabolic bull run for Bitcoin, and it did not signal during that mid-cycle summer top. So right now we have that golden 7 formation already locked in, suggesting the bull run is on the way, not a mid-cycle top. So the very interesting chart for Bitcoin is this one right here. If you take a look, historically, 2011 to 2018, we have this one cycle where Bitcoin goes up this ascending trend right here, breaks through the bottom, and then has a nice cup formation until it reaches the top right there. That bottom support level hits the top. And if we see where we are right now, same thing, parallel trend channel, breaking through to the bottom, starting to cup towards the top. Well, guess what? Should this fractal play out, which also, this has fib levels that are in here as well. Should this fractal play out, we could be seeing a $100,000 Bitcoin within the next 4 months, roughly by the end of this year. That could be insane for Bitcoin. And it's kind of almost lining up with what this chart here right says. This is not a great chart. This is kind of a bearish chart, talking about a 12-year cycle peaks, and a contrarian chart saying that as we've had right translated cycle peaks, we're going to have a left translated cycle peak for the 12-year crest, suggesting that we will have a left translated peak. Instead of after the halving, which is what most people would expect for a peak, we will have one happening before the halving, potentially this $100,000 territory, because the halving is in April, so 4 months before then would be December, right around the time of this right here. And should that happen, well, then it would be bear territory until a long time after there. So that may not be great for Bitcoin. But there's two ways to take a look at this. First, right here is, number one, we're still in accumulation territory for Bitcoin, still in good territory to get Bitcoin at a good price. And second, if you are concerned about whether it's the top, just check out the Pi Cycle Top Indicator or cbbi.info, the Colin Talks Crypto Bitcoin Bull Run Index, to give you an indication of if this is the peak. Should you sell? So that's all for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, push the like button. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.